finally the time has come. I've been waiting for this moment for many years. Ever since I was a kid, I've always been dreaming of having or building my own app. However, I was never the smartest guy, neither was I a person who felt that coding was right for me. Coding was a bit too complicated. Even, languages I felt was boring to learn, so programming languages would just be harder. So, building apps myself has always been something that I was never able to do. Of course, I'm pretty young still, 25 years, and if I would want to learn a programming language, I could. However, in the 21st century, 2025, 2026 even, learning a language is not needed anymore. I've built more than 5 apps, created 3 companies, and I don't know how to code. Without coding and with the tools available today, you can build anything, and I'm a testament to that. I've built more than 10 websites, probably 15 or more. I've built 5 functioning apps. I've built dozens of automations and tools that businesses and founders use every day. And in the 21st century, a person like you who is driven, a person who wants to learn, adapt, and absorbs information from sources like YouTube and the internet can learn anything and can do anything. We have a limited time window, by the way. Even though these tools are new, we have a limited time to use them and to build our own empires. I believe we have between 1 to 5 years at maximum to build our own apps, to launch our own things, and capture some financial success before things really change. We are in very uncertain times, and at any moment, everything can change and pivot to something else. A new tool can come that disrupts a new industry, and you never know what might happen. So we want to launch fast, and hence that is why I have been very much focusing on building apps. Yes, this channel is about AI automation, and I am so happy that I've learned AI automation using N8N and related tools, and that I've been able to serve businesses and getting paid while I learn. However, I believe that even more powerful than AI automations is vibe coding. And if you do vibe coding correct, with research, with knowledge, and with great systems and structure, you can build apps. And if you are able to market them and get users, you will set yourself up to financial success, which is, everyone's dream. And I'm not saying that you want to get rich and buy a Lamborghini. No, we just want to have some financial stability so that we don't have to trade our time for money anymore, and we can do our own projects like saving the world. So without further ado, let's go into this video, which is about my plans for 2026, which I already made a video about, but a bit more the app I have made now, which I have launched and which I've already gotten 150 users for, the journey so far in marketing that app, and in general tips for you who are looking to build your own stuff and to grow your own projects. So let's get straight into the video. So if you want to watch about my strategy in detail, I made another video, the last video I published, about my 2026 AI strategy. However, I've made a new graph or sort of diagram that I want to show you guys. We should go through this briefly. What am I doing right now? I have my AI agency. Maybe you're an AI automation builder, you're a freelancer, or you have your own company or agency. That's great. That's what I have. And we are currently 2 to 4 people in this company. This is the AI agency, and we are building AI automations. The problem is that we are building for other people. We are trading our time for money. We are constantly building others, growing others, struggling with getting paid, struggling with finding new leads. And as much as people want to say that the AI agency space is full of money, which it is, there is full of people who need your services, getting really paid enough to have more than what you need is, it takes some time and effort, and it's not really that easy. For those people who are successful, that's great. However, you're still in a model, a business model, which is capped. Let me explain. So you're building all these projects for other companies. Maybe you are focusing on, you have even 4 clients right now, right? However, the thing is that there can only be 2 ways you get paid. Either it's fixed, so there's one-time payments, and you get paid, you do the work, and you leave, and you need to find a new client. That's great, especially if the price is 10,000 and above. However, in reality, in today's day and age, charging that much, especially if it's just one automation, is almost like rip-off. So, and anyway, there's definitely possibilities to earn thousands of dollars here. And if you do, you can keep going like this. However, usually it's between 1 to 5K and you're working very hard to ensure customer success. Next, you can have clients that you are working with on a recurring basis, which means you trade time for money. Maybe you're able to hire other people and you can manage them. However, you will be stuck in the agency mess. And this leads to client hassle, limited time, and you're not really growing your own projects and seeing a future beyond what you're doing for other people, right? So in essence, you're growing other people and your personal growth is limited. This is an amazing thing anyway, because you're able to make money, you're able to switch to a new industry, you're able to use AI, help businesses, and you're learning so much. However, what you should do, I'm saying, is not necessarily quit this model if you're already doing it. You should just be thinking elsewhere. Take all the knowledge you learn while you're working for these AI automation clients, which you're learning things like lead generation, AI automation, building stuff, and you can take that knowledge and start building your own things and giving that as products. Because now with all the tools, every day there's a new tool. It means there's new possibilities to make new stuff. And this is a opportunity gap and a window that is limited, which you should take all the advantage of that you can. So what are we doing then? Instead, we are focusing on SaaS, and with vibe coding tools like Lovable, we are making our own products. These are the products we have right now. It is LandOnReddit and it is Thinklist. LandOnReddit.com helps you get users for your SaaS, for your tool, for your agency using Reddit, and we are constantly improving that tool with more stuff going to come soon. Thinklist is the platform I'm using right now. It is a productivity project management tool, and these are the tools that I have built, that we build in our agency, that we are wanting to scale. Just to give you a quick rundown of Thinklist, this is the Thinklist right here. You have a chat, you have a custom AI agent project manager that manages all your projects. You have history, where is all your chat, all your research. He knows everything about your projects. You have projects overview, and you have a task manager, you have docs, you have so much more. So I advise you to go to thinklist.app and check out Thinklist, and maybe you can even use the code, which is called HALF50 for 50% off for a lifetime for the subscription for this tool. It's an amazing tool. As you see, I'm able to plan my whole company, my whole plans, and using AI. So really advise you guys to use that. But let's get straight into the video and continue here. So we are building two tools. Now, how should you find your tool? Well, this is something that requires a bit effort. Let's write this in here. You should think, where is the experience that you have? Do you have experience in marketing? Do you have experience in content writing? Also, what have you built for other clients? Or what are problems that you are facing yourself, which you didn't find a solution for? There are many ways to find an app that you want to be making, or a tool that you can sell, but you should be thinking along those lines. And this is how we made our own apps, because we had project problems that we felt that we experienced ourselves, such as project management that is inefficient. Here, for example, we are addressing the fact that a founder uses 10 tools. We need to use Miro, ChatGPT, Notion, Google Docs, all of these tools just to manage things, manage our company. Now everything happens in Thinklist. For LandOnReddit, the problem is that you want users for your tools, you want users for your clients, and using Reddit correctly without getting banned is a very tricky thing, and that's why we built this tool. So you need to find things that you can solve, and there is so many ideas. Maybe in next videos I'm going to do brainstorming on different ideas, but if you watch my YouTube channel, there is already many that I've already shown you guys. So we are building SaaS, and we are also not only taking the knowledge to build our own apps, but the next thing that I'm doing is the Skool community. So this is where you can come in as well, because I am educating people, teaching you guys along the journey, showing you the success. So far, we did just a few weeks, we have 150 users on Thinklist, and we're pretty much getting daily users on LandOnReddit too. And this is why we have our own AI agency and spending 50 to 70% on this still, but we want to focus on this to almost 100%, right? So I am going to be focusing on Skool, where I'm teaching you guys how to do marketing, how to build your own SaaS, find the idea and validate it, and build it and test it and go with it. And then AI automation skills that you can use, that you can continue either if you have an AI agency, or that will help you to build your own SaaS and to market it. And so these are these sort of sub niches that we're going to be teaching you in the Skool community AI Automation Club. Just so you understand, we had the subscription here on AI Automation Club at $9. Now it's $15, and it's going to go up and up and up until it's at $149. Why? Because as you see, what we are going to teach you moving forward is super relevant, and it is going to be game changing. It's all the knowledge from Frema, my company. It's the knowledge of how we get in users, how we build these apps, the knowledge from these clients that we have, templates, and so much more. There's already so much material right there, right now, that you can get there. So literally for just $15, you can be a part of this community where we're going to increase the price. So this is about the strategy here that we have. Now we're going to talk next about how you can use Thinklist to start your SaaS journey, your lovable journey, your app creation journey, and build your own tool where we're going to use the AI to validate and find the ideas that work for us. So bear with me when we're going to go now to Thinklist and create a new account, and I will show you both how it works and how you can start your journey to build your own app and get AI to help you. Yeah guys, so I've just made an account now on Thinklist.app just to show you that. That's Thinklist.app. You can find the link in the description with the promo code. But here we're going to now start to write a prompt where we're going to try to find the app that we can make. So let's begin here. So I just made a very quick prompt. Let's see how this one works. I'm saying here that I am an AI automation builder. I want to find an app that I can make to market. I have experience with lead generation, content, and more. And I want to find niche, easy to build with vibe coding tools / apps where I can create something that I can get users, and how I can differentiate myself. The wording is a bit off, but anyway, AI will understand. Then I say help. So you can just write some pretty simple. You can even go to ChatGPT to get some better prompt for our assistant agent here. Let's see what this gives us. Yes, let's see here. So here's the result, and let's take a look. A lot of text here. That's an excellent goal. Let me try to find the most important parts here. Okay, niche areas to explore. Hyper-personalized content generation beyond generic AI. The gap. Current AI content tools are good at generating text, but often lack deep personalization for specific marketing funnels and audience segments. They also struggle with brand voice consistency and specific industry nuances. Your angle. So you can make a dynamic lead magnet creator. And lead magnets are so powerful. If you've been to marketing, if you've seen what works, lead magnets is one of the most powerful things that works in marketing, because you're giving value for free. Any business who implements this, where giving values makes the user want to use their product later. So this is such a good suggestion already. An app that takes a user's target audience and industry, then generates a highly tailored lead magnet, a simple checklist, a short guide, a quiz using AI, personalized to that specific demographic. Banger idea. You can literally take that now. You can build a lead magnet generator, which makes a nice PDF, a presentation, some sort of value that can be added to a post or sent to a DM. And this is already an amazing tool that people can build. Anyone can build that with vibe coding and also with AI automation. Next, hyper niche social media post generator. Instead of generic posts, an app that generates social media captions highly optimized for a very specific platform's algorithm. LinkedIn, for example, you can build a specific LinkedIn content generation agent, ask ChatGPT how to make the nice post, or even Instagram for carousel. So this is already a nice niche. You can literally focus on one type of post, for example, Instagram carousel. So you can use Canva API, and you can provide a lot of templates, and you can have the text be modularized, and already you can build an app where you use, for example, for Instagram or for LinkedIn, or you name it. Next, AI-powered email personalization engine. Let's see. given a basic email template and prospect data, generate 3 to 5 personalized sentence variations that can be inserted, making them feel handcrafted. This is something that could work. How many people aren't sending emails today and wondering what should I use as subject? You can ask ChatGPT, but if you have an app that is optimized for that, to get conversions, to make the subject so good that people want to open the email, that is already super valuable. So as you see, guys, the list here is long and there is so many things that can be done. And I literally just sent one prompt, you guys saw it, to the Thinklist AI agent here, and I already have so many ideas that I can build here. So what I would want to do here is I would want to choose one, and I would want to say, for example, let's say like let's choose the first one. I really like that one, and let's say I want to use this one. Provide me a basic framework to get started to build it with lovable vibe coding, the core components needed and objective, so that we can get 50 paying users. Boom. Now we send the next step, and this is for us to understand what's the next steps in this idea here. Maybe you don't know how to build it, you want a bit extra tips. And by the way, if you also like this, whatever the AI outputted on Thinklist, you can just save it to docs. So when you click this link, boom, it's already added to your docs here. So you will be seeing what the AI has made, you're planning it, you already see the output here, it's already stored. And now the AI, the best thing, is going to use this document to drive your project further. So let's go back to the chat here and see what it just answered us. So here's the answer here about lovable. Let's check it. Awesome. So Thinklist already gave us a nice framework here. It's the vibe coding approach and the here target audience. So we need a target audience. You need to understand who you're targeting. Why? Because if you're making an app that's for everyone, it's not going to differentiate itself in the market. However, if you, for example, target something super specific like moms between 30 to 45 struggling with work-life balance, or small SaaS founders looking for early stage founding, this is sort of a very nice niche that is existing. And whenever they get outreached with their specific feelings and their specific situation, they will feel so much more valued by you when you contact them or when you try to show them your tool, right? So I would suggest that we could, for example, do something like small SaaS founders, small B2B SaaS founders, for example. Now let's continue here. What else did we find? Niche B2B SaaS, exactly what I mentioned. Lead magnet type. So what should be the lead magnet? I suggest that we go with a short guide / ebook. So here we have that short guide ebook, and then let's see what else we have. For the SaaS founders, you are, by the way, a SaaS founders, you too, SaaS founder, but however, you can also help other SaaS founders, and like that, there's a win-win, so we can basically build something that helps people get their first email subscribers, or for example, yeah, that's actually a good one. Let's see here. For their SaaS, okay, and then we would do like voice is not so important to define right now. Yeah, here is telling you the the approach. You need a large language model. You need an AI connected in the app. And here's a prompt. It even gave you a prompt that you can use to put into Lovable. And then there is some more. There is a formatting for the lead magnet. You can already have it formatted. So you can literally almost paste this directly into Lovable and start building. And then you would integrate payments and you will already make money with that. Here's some front end suggestions, and here's like the milestone plan that you can have, and also even I think there's some marketing plan here. And then yeah, so this is pretty good. Now let's say that this is what we want to do. Let's say something here. Make an example of the lead magnet. Now you want to see it in detail. Maybe it can make some example. Research something. For added context, output only the lead magnet text. Boom. So now it should give us a rough idea of what we're talking about. What is a lead magnet? We can see it. A lead magnet is basically some educational provided value, like a PDF that helps someone with a problem or teaches them some thing that they've been wondering about. And this is what we want to be putting in a nice PDF or a nice website that we can direct people to and say, hey, I built this for you. This is something that I provide to you for free. And if you want to learn more, you can, subscribe, for example. So a lead magnet for a specific niche, for a specific person. Let's see what the AI comes up with. Here we go. So let's take a look at this. Introduction. Okay, so here's like a text that is like very educational and helping people like SaaS founders get their first email users, and it has all the important information that a SaaS user would want to know. And this is something that people can really learn from. And if you have some experience with this too, you can add your own nudge. And what you should do here is you should design this pretty good. You should add some nice design into it, and this is sort of a nice resource to help people fast track their success to 100 email users. So you're basically generating free PDF, and this is something that a SaaS, if they find this valuable, a SaaS founder, he can use, and he can maybe make his own stuff. Maybe he has his own knowledge and he can templatize that. So we're just giving you guys an idea, and let me show you what else you can do with Thinklist now. Let's first make the lead magnet project. Now we just made a project called lead magnets, and when you open that project in Thinklist, you can add your aim here, which is to get 50 paying users. Now you're telling the AI more explicitly the goal you have, and you can add tasks, add documents to this project and more. So when we go to docs here, we can add this to the project we just made so that it knows which projects it connects to. And you can also add the other documents, the other outputs of the AI, and start building out your vision and your mission here. Now let's go back to the canvas and start strategizing, maybe building an infographic that we can also use for the lead magnet. So now we are in Canva, and this is one of the features that is not released yet, that will be released. And here you can do something cool. We can say make a nice infographic or flow chart that we will use alongside this lead magnet, which is the road to 100 email subscribers, for example. Or we could even make it 1,000 to make it more clickbaity. So here it is. Let's do like this, and we pasted the whole thing from the chat, which is the lead magnet example that we had, that it can be either fixed or it can be modular. So the email, the 100 email is just an example, but any business, anyone can make their own lead magnet based on what is their offering. If I do AI automation, it can be how to learn AI automation. That would be a lead magnet, and I would provide a nice guide for you guys, and you understand the value if you want to learn it, right? So this is one example, right, of just what we can do. And boom, now you see that with Thinklist you can build the entire graph, and you can even screenshot this, and you can add that into a PDF or build a system that can make the flowchart automatically and add it, right? And having a lead magnet, a PDF report with the chart that you see here and with all the text, it's super, super good. So let me just check here what we have. Start, road to 100 email subscribers, irresistible lead magnet, pro tip, research forums, high impact lead magnet, ideas on a persona, action, choose one lead magnet, boom, boom, boom. This is all fine. So I think this is pretty good. Now let me check one thing here before we continue. Let's try again to add the specific email instruction. Make a flow chart with how to get first 1,000 users, 1,000 email subscribers. Here is some context, and now we're adding the exact email context we had, and then it should make now a new flow chart which is specifically to the actual lead magnet itself. And here it is made: irresistible lead magnet, conversion, optimized landing page, free traffic strategy, nurturing strategy. Okay, and here we have this. So this is just an example. You can play with the Canva creator and see what it makes, and we can even try one more time to see how another output would be without copying. So how to get first 1,000 users on email list, make a flow chart. And let's see if this is actually good or no, because now you're not giving so much context, but still could be good because there is an AI here thinking. Boom, this is pretty good, and it just created it in 2 seconds. Start, define niche audience, just like we did, create valuable lead magnet, promote content blogs, run targeted paid campaigns, collect emails, nurture list, A and B testing, blah, 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 blah. So pretty interesting. You know, you can play around with the canvas and see what you can come up with. And so this is how I use Thinklist to strategize, to plan ahead, and to also in general manage my projects and my tasks. So I have many projects and tasks, and I have it all organized here, and I can see, you know, things that is pretty cool. And beyond that, here is the brain view, which shows my projects, how they connect. Right now there is not many connections, but moving in the future, when you have a lot of connected nodes like tasks, links, you'll see how everything connects to each other, and it looks, you know, more and more complicated. So yeah, that's how it's done. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. This was the video about my app, sort of my strategy, how to find some new ideas using the app, and also some project management instructions with my app that I made. Now you know a bit more what this channel is going to be about. The Skool community is going to have so much resources on how to use Lovable to learn how to vibe code, and also AI automation, marketing strategies. You know, we got 150 users within pretty much a few weeks using Reddit, and already some paid users, and I'm teaching you how to first build and also to market the tools.